Hookers on campus. Sounds like a video you might see advertised on late-night cable, but tonight, dozens of academics, prostitutes, doctors, and others from the sex industry, that's what they call it these days, are gathering at the University of Toledo to talk about the effects of prostitution. NBC 24's Carla Holt was there as well. She joins us live from UT. Carla, this isn't, I guess, what you'd call your typical academic conference.
It sure isn't, Jim. They're talking about prostitutes, they're talking about Johns, and they're even talking about whether to legalize prostitution. Nothing is off the table at this first ever conference, and as you may expect, this is one of the best attended conferences at the University of Toledo. People are talking about the dangers to hookers and how best to get them off the street. And people are even advocating in favor of prostitution, saying it's empowering to women. But that's one perspective one former call girl cannot accept.
And I've been out of it a long time, and I still have nightmares, flashback. I still have difficulties in my relationships. This is my third marriage. It's a good one, but I still have issues, related to being a prostituted woman.
Now, Bissell worked as a call girl for about 5 years. She's since written a book and started a group to help other former prostitutes heal and get over the whole trade. Jim?
Carla, why did they pick Toledo for this conference?
It's a super huge conference, so that's a very legitimate question, Jim. In fact, one reason is because they simply thought of the idea. But beyond that, Toledo is actually somewhat of a hotbed, if you will, for prostitution. Not only are there hundreds of prostitution-related arrests every year, we also learned today that our very own juvenile court, pimps that is, are actually recruiting new prostitutes. Now, that was stated by the conference organizer and then later confirmed by a juvenile court worker. So clearly prostitution is an issue in Toledo as well. So that's part of the reason why they were interested in it here and part of the reason why they ended up hosting this first ever conference. Jim and Jen?
All right, Carla Holt, thank you. So just how big of a problem is prostitution in Toledo? Well, Carla alluded to it a little bit. NBC 24 was the only Toledo TV station to accompany Toledo Vice officers this morning on a prostitution sting. Our cameras were rolling as two suspected hookers were busted, including a woman NBC 24 interviewed just last night in another story on prostitutes. The woman told NBC 24 that she was no longer turning tricks. Now she'll have to tell that to the judge.